What's up, penny boys and gals? It's your boy, What the Duck here, and it's time for another trading class video. We all know what psychology is, right? It's that class in college that people take to either pretend to be smart, fill an elective, or actually become a psychology major. For those who don't know, the simple definition of psychology is the scientific study of the mind and behavior. Alright, so the science of the mind. What does that have to do with trading? Well, honestly, psychology has a lot to do with many different aspects of life that you might not think of, be it sports, healthcare, education, just to name a few. And with all these fields, knowing the psychology behind them can really give someone the edge. The same has to do with trading. So, the perfect trader doesn't exist because the perfect trader would be either a robot who is void of emotion or an alien, or even an alien robot, if that even was a thing. But we aren't robots, we aren't aliens, we do have emotions. So what do? Well, we have to realize that because we aren't robots, because we aren't aliens, we are humans, and we do have emotions, and they do affect everything in our lives, trading included. It's like AA. The first step is admitting it. Well, the first step of trading psychology is realizing that you have emotions and admitting that they will affect your trading. So, now that you realize that psychology, or the way that your brain works, or sometimes doesn't work, will affect your trading, now what? Well, just like anything that we work on, we work on it. A lot of traders admit that psychology is a huge part of trading, but most of those same traders won't work on it. They won't learn about it. They won't try to use it to their advantage or realize how it could go against them. They just say, oh yeah, trading is 50% psychology, but they won't put 50% of their effort towards learning trading psychology. They'll just put it towards learning the indicators and the charts, but they'll forget all about trying to actually learn about trading psychology. The fact that you're here in this video means that you are better than those 50% of traders because you're actually trying to learn. Alright, so emotions. Don't trade with your emotions. You hear that all the time, right? But what does that mean? Well, the easy answer is to trade based off of your plan, not of how you're feeling. But there's so much more to that. You see, psychology and understanding it, it's not easy. That's why we have a whole week dedicated to it in these classes. When you were in school and you had a test or a quiz the next day, your parents or your teachers, they would always tell you, make sure that you get a good night's sleep, or make sure that you eat a good breakfast before you go to your class or before you go to your tests or your quiz. When a baseball player or a soccer player or a fighter or a football player, any of those, big sport teams or sport events, whenever they have a big game the next day, they make sure to get a full night's sleep, and they make sure to eat healthy the day before and the morning before. Cross-country runners, they'll make sure that they get all those carbs in, eat that pasta before their big run to get all that energy. They want to make sure they eat the right foods the night before their big game or their big run or their big event or their big meet or whatever it is that they have. There's a reason for all of that. You see, your brain, it doesn't work at 100% if it's tired or if you don't have the right nutrition. And if your brain isn't working 100%, then what happens? Well, you make bad decisions. And when you make bad decisions in trading, you lose money. And when you lose money, you get emotional. And if you're tired, or you have the wrong nutrition in your body, or you don't have the right nutrition in your body, and you get emotional, then you let your emotions affect you. And you make more bad decisions, and you lose more money. And then the cycle continues over and over again. You want to trade with a level head. Think about it like being a police officer, or a good one. You carry a gun around with you all the time, so you need to have a level head to do your job right. Because if you don't do your job right, well, people can die. Now, with trading, you're walking around with a loaded gun. Same deal, in theory. You see, gone are the times where you just had to call your broker up and you tell them, I want to buy XYZ stock, and then they go and they buy XYZ stock for you. Now you can put those thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money into the stock market with just a click of the button. And that's kind of dangerous. It's kind of like walking around with a loaded gun, except, it's not a loaded gun. It's a loaded trigger finger full of thousands of your dollars, thousands of your hard-earned money. You see, when a police officer loses a loved one, or if their significant other is in the hospital, or if something that could affect their emotions happens, a good police chief would have them stay home because they don't want the officer walking around with a loaded gun while feeling emotional. In trading, you have to be your own police chief. If there's something going on at home, if you just got some bad news, or if there's any reason that you might not be thinking right, that you'll be trading with your emotions, don't do it. Just don't trade. Take the day off. Go to the beach. Write a book. Spend time with your family. It's like drinking. You don't want to drink to feel better. You only want to drink to feel even better. See, if you're having a great time, you're at a party or a wedding, then go ahead, have that drink. You're in a great mood. You're in a good mindset for it. But if you're feeling upset, or you just had a bad day at work, or just got some bad news, maybe skip the alcohol, or at the very least skip the second or third drink that you might want to pour yourself, because you might end up making some rash decisions, or overindulging due to your emotions. The same goes for trading. If you're already feeling upset, or if your emotions are not in the right place due to something going on in your life, maybe hold off from trading. Like I said, it's like a loaded gun nowadays due to these online brokers like Webull and Robinhood, etc., which is great. They do put power into our hands, like people who normally wouldn't be able to trade because they don't have brokers or aren't able to spend thousands of dollars or $5 per trade. So it's a great broker, great system, but it's dangerous because it's really easy to get into, and it's even easier to lose money. It's like a loaded gun. It's like you're just walking around, boom, 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 boom. There goes $1,000. There goes your whole life savings, and oops, you didn't even know about it. It's really easy to lose money fast, especially if you're trading with your emotions not in check. Another way that you might let your emotions get the better of you is by letting your P&L or your portfolio determine how you trade for the day or for the week or for the month even. Let's say your goal is to make 5% every week and you're at 4%. Don't force a trade just to reach your goal. If you're down on the day, don't force a trade just to try to make yourself even or to try to make your money back. When you force trades, well, you're trading with your emotions and you're not trading smart or based off of a plan or a right setup. If you're following your plan and you're losing or you're trading sideways, it's okay as long as you're following your plan. You need to give your plan time to see if it works. If you make 1 or 2 trades and they don't work out, don't immediately just give up on your plan. For all you know, the next 8 trades after that could have worked out. You would have an 80% success rate with your plan. But you wouldn't know that if you gave up after the first 2 trades. And if you do a whole bunch of trades and it doesn't work out, then maybe tweak your plan. Learn from your mistakes. Write down what you did wrong, how you did it wrong, why you did it wrong, and learn from it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you start out small. That's why you start out with the paper account, or with $10 or $15 or $50 or $100, depending on how much money you make or have in your savings account. You want to start off slow. That way when you learn, you're learning off $100. You don't want to learn with $10,000 because that's how you get $10,000 in the hole. And if you're $10,000 in the hole, even if you learned everything during those $10,000, it's a lot harder to make back $10,000 than it is to make back $50 or $10 even, or $0 if you're paper trading. Paper trading is like a boxer or a fighter doing sparring. That's how they practice. They practice by sparring. They don't practice by jumping right in the cage and getting into a fist fight. That's not smart. That's how you get yourself hurt. That's how you lose money in trading, is by going right into it, right into the cage, and going one-on-one with Conor McGregor. You don't want to do that. You want to start off sparring. Anyway, so if you're having a bad day trading or a sideways day, don't let other people affect how you trade, or don't let them affect your plan. If you're following your plan and it's boring because all your trades are consolidating or going sideways, or it's an average down kind of day, it's okay. Because what might happen is you might pop into a chat room and see everyone posting rockets. Don't let that affect your emotions. Don't steer away from your plan. That's trading emotionally. And that's dangerous. This isn't a competition. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to other traders. Everyone is different. Everyone's at different skill sets. Everyone's at different points in their trading career. Everyone has different amount of money in their account. Everyone trades differently. Some people are day traders, some people are swing traders. You just want to be your own trader, and you want to base your trades off of you and off of your trades. And for all you know, those people posting rockets, they might be down 10K in the month or 20K in the year. They might just have had one good day. Good for them. Even if they're doing well, good for them. Don't let FOMO get the best of you due to chat rooms. Like I said, you're not competing against other traders. The only thing that you're competing against, the only person that you're competing against, is yourself. You're competing against your emotions, and you're competing against the person that you were in the past as a trader. The only person that you want to try to be better than in trading is a trader that you were a week ago, or a month ago, or a year ago. That's growth. That's healthy competition. But don't let chat rooms get the best of you. When a pitcher in baseball is having a bad day, they let up a few home runs, a couple base hits, they're just not doing so hot. The worst thing that they can do is listen to the crowd. That's how they let their emotions get the best of them. The same goes for trading and chat rooms. Don't listen to all the chatter when you're having a bad day, and know when to put the phone or the computer down when you're having a bad day. When a pitcher gives up a few home runs in a row, the pitching coach comes to the mound and they assess if the pitcher's emotions is getting the best of him. And if they are, then the pitching coach will take the pitcher out of the game. When you start to lose, be your own pitching coach. Assess if you're letting your emotions get the best of you. And if they are, or if they're going to, well then take yourself out of the game. Put the phone down. Go for a walk. Do some yoga. Write a novel. Do something else. Don't force yourself to trade. As a matter of fact, don't ever force yourself to trade. And you don't want to trade just to trade. That's how you trade emotionally as well. If the market is boring, step away. Take a nap. Go spend some time with your friends or your family. Don't trade because you're bored. It's like eating. You get fat if you eat when you're bored. You lose money if you trade when you're bored. Same deal. You're not eating because you're hungry. You're not eating to get nutrition. You're eating because you're bored. In the same way, you're not trading based off of a good setup. You're not trading based off of your plan. And you're going to usually end up losing money if you trade because you're bored. Back to the eating thing. If you're on a diet while eating, I'm talking about eating, not trading now. So if you're on a diet and you see that big box of pizza or those 10 donuts in a box or 18 cookies or whatever it might be, think a lot of people on diets, what they do before they eat all of those donuts or cookies or pizza is they have the good skill set, or they develop the skill set to be able to realize, how is this going to make me feel a few hours from now or the next day? If I eat this whole pizza, how am I going to feel about it tomorrow? Well, the same goes for trading. If you're starting to feel your emotions get the best of you and you're about to get into a bad trade or a trade just based off your emotions, think to yourself, how am I going to feel about making this trade when I look back on it tomorrow? If the answer is I'm going to feel guilty about it, maybe don't do it. That's willpower. Willpower is big in trading psychology. It's a skill that takes time to develop, but being able to hold off of a bad trade or being able to be patient with a current trade is a great skill to have. That's the key. And one way to help you develop that is by realizing the type of trader that you are. If you tend to get upset in a red market, start to realize that. Take notes on your trading and you might be able to see, I personally tend to trade emotionally when the market is red. Or, I tend to trade emotionally during pre-market when there are runners going left and right. I tend to chase them. Or, I tend to trade emotionally when the market is trading sideways. I get bored and I trade and I trade and I just pick a random trade. I don't follow my plan. Whatever it may be, just know how the market can affect you personally. Also know who you're listening to. Know who you're learning from. If I say the word doctor, what's the next word that comes to your mind? Was it nurse? Well, It probably was, or something similar to that. It probably wasn't the word bread or bird or computer or something random. No, it might have been something that has to do with doctor, because when our minds or brains are exposed to a certain thing, we tend to subliminally respond to that without intention. If you spend a whole day in a room that's red and someone offers you an apple or an orange, well, it's just how our brain works. We're going to end up taking that apple. The same goes for trading. If you spend all your time listening or learning from a trader who takes high risks, you'll most likely end up doing the same. So be aware of who you're taking advice from, because your mind is always subconsciously responding to what you're putting into it without you even knowing. All right. So if I gave you $100, it's $100 cash, boom, a nice Benjamin. Would you rather lose $20 of it or keep $80 of it? You probably chose to keep $80 of it, right? Well, even though that's the same exact thing as losing $20. If you lose $20, you have $80. If you keep $80, you still have $80. It's the same outcome, but the way I worded it was different. Our brains work in very interesting ways. We have a fear of losing and a longing for winning. It's good to understand that and realize that there's nothing wrong with having fear or greed. It's natural. Everyone does it. Everyone has it. We're not robots. We're not aliens. Remember, we're not robot aliens. But just like anything that is natural, we can work on kicking that habit, or at the very least trying to control it. Okay, that was a lot, right? Well, trading psychology is a huge part of trading, so there's a lot to go over. That's why we're doing a whole week of classes now on these topics, be it trading psychology, be it candle patterns, be it indicators, be it different tips or tricks like trading strategies. We're going to be doing week-long classes on all these topics so that we can really dive into them and really get everything that you need to know about them in the week-long class. Speaking of which, one last thing that I'm going to go over is revenge trading. And this will be the last thing I go over. When you are trading a stock, be it XBA or GNUS or Isaiah, and you lose money on that stock, you don't have to make the money back on that stock, and you don't have to get angry at that stock. You don't have to, that stock doesn't owe you money. You don't have to try to make the money back right on that stock. That's like getting angry at a stock is like when you stub your toe on a table and you're like, oh, fuck, my toe. And you start cursing and you start swearing and you get really angry and then you punch the table. What does that do for you? Nothing. The table doesn't feel anything. The table doesn't care. You didn't show the table who's boss. If anything, not only do you now have a stubbed toe, you now also have a bruised hand and maybe even a broken table, which now you have to pay for. The same deal goes for trading. If you lose money on a stock, getting mad at that stock and trying to like make your money back off of that one stock, even if it's not, if it's not a good setup or if it's not a good trade, the only person that's going to be losing in that situation is going to be you. You're going to be losing money off of your initial trade, and you're going to be losing money off of the second trade as well. And no one wins. But you don't want that. You want to win. That's why we're here. We're here to make money. We're not here to lose money. So revenge trading is emotional trading. It's getting mad at a certain stock and thinking that it owes you money, like it's some kind of like you're like a bookkeeper, like a sports bookie. Like you're gonna go break someone's ankles. You can't break a stock's ankles. They don't have ankles. So don't try to do that. It's not gonna work. It's not even a thing. It's like being a robot alien. It's just not a thing. So don't try to revenge trade. All right. So like I said, we're going to be doing this trading psychology a whole week. We'll be going over all this stuff in more detail over this next week. And the reason why we're doing this is because there's just so much to go over, and I don't want to skip anything. I don't want to make each class like 3 hours. That's why we're doing them in sections and throughout the week. So today was just an intro. It was the what's, the who's, the when's, and the why's of the trading psychology. As the week goes on, we're going to go over the hows, as in how to fix these problems, or how to better yourself when it comes to trading with emotions, or how to keep your emotions in check while trading. We will also dive deeper into fear versus greed, as well as getting over losses, and creating trading goals, and how to not let emotions affect those goals. And of course, we're going to be going over why do we trade and how much should we trade with. All this we will be going over this week, over this coming week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and tomorrow, the next day, the day after that. And at the end of the week, I'll be sending out a quiz to our new members programs. You can get some nice prizes for completing those quizzes. I'll also be giving out some homework at the end of tonight. I'll be sending that out via Google Forms. And the reason for all this is so you can get some nice raffle tickets or some prizes, some other good discounts or prizes or whatever it may be. It's a fun way to win some prizes everyone likes to win. But also just so you can learn, so you can try to help retain what we went over in these classes. And of course, I'll be going over the answers. I'll be sending out the homework tonight, and it'll be short. And I'll be looking over your answers, and I'll be giving out tickets to the best ones. But I'll also be going over them individually with those who might seem like they needed help. So, like if you seem like you weren't quite getting it, I will be messaging you, based off your homework. I'll be messaging you and be like, hey, just this is what I meant by this, or this is what you might have missed by this. I want to make sure that it's not just me talking at a computer screen, that this is, you guys are learning from this. So if you are getting left behind, then I will personally help you, and I will make sure that you don't get left behind. Like the phrase goes, no one left behind. That's what we're about here at the trading classes here at Penny Boys, the duck trading classes. No one gets left behind. It's all about learning. It's about becoming a better trader and becoming your own trader. The whole point of this is so that you can go ahead and use our alerts as a guide and use our program as a guide. But you're getting into these plays because you know why you're getting into these plays, and you know why or how your trading psychology might affect the trades or affect what you're doing, and when to step away and when to continue trading and all that good stuff. The whole point is to make yourself a better trader, so you don't have to be relying on anyone other than yourself and other than your own trading plan and learning from your past mistakes and stuff. So, like I said, I'll be going over all these homework questions individually, and at the beginning of tomorrow's class, I'll be going over the answers to the homework questions as well, and getting some shout outs as well. We'll also be going over them, the quizzes at the end of the week. I'll be giving the quizzes, and at the beginning of the week, so every Monday, we'll go over the quizzes, the same deal. And if you're struggling with the quizzes, then I will personally help you out. So, just a little shout out time. I'm just going to go through some of the members that are currently online. I know Actual Trash Plays has joined us in the new members program. He's been around in the live trading classes. It's always good to have people around in those trading classes. Arrow is another new members program person who's been asking some great questions. Got Big Fish is always around, always answering questions, always giving out some good information. We always appreciate you, Big Fish. Bodie's been with us for a while now. Bodie is awesome. Bodie is the man. So what's going on, Bodie? Boy Wonder's been there for a while as well. He's been struggling lately, but hopefully he gets to turn it around. Maybe these classes will help. Candlestick was the winner of our Chicken on a Wrap challenge, and if you don't know what that is, do not even ask. But that was a fun challenge, and I remember Candlestick did win that one. Enigma1123 is our star pupil, and he's actually the person who made our trading graphic at the beginning of the course that you saw, and you'll be seeing at the end of it when the music hits. So thank you, Enigma. You are the best. We got Gramps. Gramps is always around in chat. We always appreciate you, Gramps. GTA kind of girl's been there for a long time now. Also always good to see you. Hezig's another name that I recognize as well. Highman90. What's going on, Highman90? Cheapin 1941's an OG as well of the new members program. We got Comey. Comey's been around. I remember seeing some good questions coming from Comey, as well as all these people are awesome. Mr. Gee has been around for a while. I got Night Fury, Nathan Stocks, I remember has been around for a while. Plaque Slayer is a great person in the chats, as well as PokeFan. We got Screwer80 is awesome. Screwer80 always makes me laugh. He's very, 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 very funny. TNT0619 is a very kind-hearted individual. I know that they donated a couple free memberships to some people who are struggling. Always appreciate that. And just everyone, everyone in the chats. Pookie's Revenge is always around, always awesome. James Legends is one of our mentors, our new members guide options trading mentor. We always appreciate you. We have Bringer. Bringer's another guide. We got a lot of great people in the new members program. I know, what is it? Drawing a blank on the name. Geo is always around in chat, as well as Lad, LAD 08008. Always in our chats for the live streams during the classes. Always appreciate you being around, as well as everyone who's there. We always appreciate all of you. Like Brimac, Stop Loss Trader. We got Milad Chopsy, who I can never pronounce the name. We got a lot of great people. Hated is another one. Fast Eddie is one of our fearless moderators. Always a help. We appreciate all of you, and we love seeing you guys in the chats, in the live classes, and just all around the new members program especially, and in the raffles. It's always nice to win some stuff there. In our new members program chats, we got R&R right there, Stick for Hire, some other ones I can't pronounce. But yeah, so we'll be going over the homework tomorrow on Tuesday in the beginning of class. And until then, make sure that you join us here at the link right there. It's at discord.gg/btpenny, or at our Facebook, which is facebook.com/groups/btpenny. And join us so you can join in on the homework, on the discussions that we do. I know Fast Eddie said that he'll be doing some live streams after some of these classes to go over some of the stuff with some of the members as well, and that's going to be really helpful as well, and I'll try to be there as well. I'll definitely will be there, yeah. But so we'll have some live streams for our new members program members as well. I said as well like 10 times. So join us at the link, facebook.com/group/btpenny. Join us at the discord.gg/btpenny. We do have a free Discord as well with free alerts and some great education channels in there as well. But definitely the premium is what we recommend for new traders, because you can be a part of these classes and get some amazing alerts. We got some great runners today, I know that for a fact. But yeah, so this week's gonna be trading psychology with What the Duck. And if you haven't already, join us in the premium so you can hashtag make some bread.